Today's video is about wind speed and direction, okay? Reading wind at long range is a very important skill for shooters to develop, and along the way everybody wonders or thinks about, what's more important, the wind speed or the direction? Okay, let's get into it. So the way I like to do it is direction first, okay? Consider you've got a 10-mile-an-hour steady wind at 12 o'clock, okay? And it's switching plus or minus 30 degrees. That's a full clock angle, so it's going from 11 to 1 o'clock. It's plus or minus 30 degrees. The crosswind component of a 30-degree angle is half value, okay? So that 10-mile-an-hour value that's going from 11 to 1 o'clock, you're effectively seeing a plus or minus 5-mile-an-hour wind around zero in that case, okay? You don't worry much about how much the headwind will slow the bullet down. That doesn't matter much to your deflection, but it's the crosswind component of the wind that really matters. And when that 10-mile-an-hour headwind comes off to 11 o'clock or to 1 o'clock, you're seeing a effectively 5-mile-an-hour crossing one side or the other. That's a 10-mile-an-hour window, okay? If you have a wind change of 30 degrees around a headwind or a tailwind, same thing. Now take that 10-mile-an-hour wind, put it full value at 3 o'clock, okay? Now the wind coming from there, if it switches plus or minus a clock angle and goes from like 2 to 4 o'clock, you're only losing 13% off that full value. So your value for a crosswind, a full value, is full value minus 13%, whether it's changing to 2 or to 4 o'clock. Okay, that's a pretty narrow window. 13% is a 1.3 mile-an-hour window as you go through that 60 degrees, versus a 10-mile-an-hour window that you go through when it's 60 degrees around a headwind or tailwind. Okay, so the takeaway here is if the wind is close to head or tail, the direction changes are very decisive. If it's a full value wind, direction changes are very minimal. They have a very minimal effect on crosswind. Now, full value, let's do wind speed now. So wind speed, if it goes from 10 to 5 miles an hour, but there's only a component of that that's going to be a crosswind if it's near a headwind, all right, a head or a tail. But if you have a full value wind and it goes from 10 to 5, then that is much more dramatic effect from that full value wind. So if the wind is near full value, it's wind speed changes that are going to matter more. If the wind is near a head or a tailwind, then it's the direction change that will matter more, okay? It's also important to have a really good wind zero when you're shooting long range in the wind. If the wind is crossing zero, you're going to play hell keeping up with it if your windage isn't really zeroed. All right. Hey, if you enjoy these videos and find them useful, follow or subscribe and make sure you get notified when new ones come out.